There we go. Okay. I've got a whole new set of scenes here, thanks to the fabulous work of Crow and Casters for Hire. We've got a new tool for casters to use. As you can see, these frames here, they're the work of Crow. Big props to that guy. Thank you so much for that. But I think we're ready to get the game started. I will handle the technical difficulties along the way. We're going to go soon. It looks like the teams are both ready. Yeah, it looks like both sides are ready. So we'll not keep the teams waiting anymore. And we're going to get the draft started. Go ahead and start it there. By the way, thank Kriv. I'll say Kriv. I can't pronounce that. Kriv, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you so much for the bits. All right, here we go into Cursed Hollow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. That's
Cool.
going to be the case for a lot. So,
That's fine. And so,
go
starting
ahead. Yeah, we've got the sound ready. St. Basil, thank you so much for the subscription. Anyways, we've got the Azran in first band, and you were about to say before my audio cut out, you have some interesting info about these teams.
Yeah, I mean, not just the process itself. I don't know if everyone is familiar with the launch. So first we have a coin flip, and afterwards, team that wins get first map ban and first map pick. So in this case, Missed My E, they banned Brexis, and afterwards the other team were up for a map ban. So they actually not quite. I'm looking back what they banned again. They banned Tomb of the Spider Queen, and then we went to Cursed Hollow for our first ever NA cast, and now we're just starting up the draft. As you mentioned, we saw the Esmeralda come in, then Missed My E banned to Garrosh, then a Mulligan is banned, and now the last ban is a Diablo. So we already see like 3 main tanks already banned out. So there's definitely a tank show going on.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Audio is back and up and running. I'm just glad to hear that. We get the first pick to Haka. That's a really strong first pick from Vanquish Gaming on this map that allows global pressure, and it really gives an advantage to that team that you'd really have to do like a Falstad or a Brightwing or something a little off meta to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially like a big map like Cursed. The Haka is amazing in that global role and the offlane role. We see their opponents responding with Muradin, which is one of the stronger tanks, which is still available, and Greymane, which is a really, I think, a staple for a lot of people to use in that flex role, actually.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, we got Johanna Li Ming coming out from Vanquish Gaming. It's really strong right away. Now with Diablo taken away and Murden off the books there, Johanna allows a lot of wave clear, and she allows the blinds into Greymane, which I really like.
I'm not checking in.
And then we see actually a Tychus ban, which is maybe interesting. Maybe we see Cho'Gall, maybe not. But then we see Anna Mephisto picked up, so that's definitely a strong pairing. Anna with any mage can nano boost is very strong.
Ooh, I like the Kerrigan. That's a pretty aggressive pick. With the Johanna, kind of interesting, but the Deckard, a very natural counterpart to this whole thing. It's a very solid composition from Vanquish Gaming right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, and then especially with like Li Ming in the back, so when you get like a Kerrigan combo, Deckard to follow up, then Li Ming can just try to blow up the target, get the reset, gets it going. All the while, the Haka just is probably annoying the backline, and Johanna also is just very stable on the front line. Might not lack engage prior to level 10, but still very strong.
Yeah, Arthas makes sense, kind of into the Dahaka. And into the Kerrigan, he'll be able to have Icebound Fortitude. That's going to help a lot with her combo. And Ana Mephisto's more of a flashy kind of composition. They're kind of mobile, and Ana's going to have to be really on the point with her heal dart and with her sleep dart as well. Dahaka getting in the backline, Kerrigan jumping onto her. She's got that sleep dart. I think she's going to have to save it for self-defense.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Hold on 1 second. I've got to... Hanzo completely missing from the draft. I'm going to switch to game. We're going to lose audio for a second while I set up all the new scenes. Sorry about that. There we are. Okay, we are back that quickly. Welcome to Heroes Lounge. First cast going here. I thought that for some reason the mic sources would be global, but they are not. They are, in fact, have to be put onto each scene that you want them. But we're seeing them coming in. Let me look at some of the research that you pulled down here. That was seemed very interesting. What were you able to find?
So basically, I was maybe trying to pinpoint just a few things. So basically, one, are these teams familiar with each other? Apparently both teams are, so they have played over 200 to 1,000 games with each other already, so it's definitely, we can see some coordination from both these teams. So that was one thing, and the other was which role will everyone try to play, and what are their main heroes in these roles. I don't think there are many surprises here. Who's on which role. There are some people I haven't seen much Anna played on the end of this play of the player that plays it, which is Born to Shine, and so that might be something to look out for. If they play some fairly new heroes to them, it might be harder to accommodate it.
And speaking of heroes, on the blue side, we've got Vanquish Gaming with Kid representing on the Johanna, Mina Cakes on the Li Ming, Waldas playing support on the Deckard Cain, Kerrigan all the way up top with Mordechai playing it, and Sean Fao holding down bottom on the Dahaka.
Yeah, and then over on the right side, as I mentioned, we have Born to Shine on the Anna, we have Sestra on the Mephisto, we have the Duda Boat on the Johanna. Then in top lane, we have on the Arthas, it's Fury Pop Cycle, and last but not least, it's Nomk on the Muradin. And sorry, I said Johanna, but I meant Greymane. It is that skin which has his skin is in the same. Johanna has a similar skin, the same series, the Police series.
Oh, it's very similar. But Nomka on the Muradin, and loving the Dude Abode. The Dude does abide. I'm loving that reference. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Big Lebowski or not.
Not really familiar with.
It's a great movie. Check it out. We got Greymane. Speaking of the Dude abiding, I'm noticing the purple health bars on the camp. That's a new feature from this patch. But the Dude abode smacking away at this siege camp. Vanquish Gaming not getting any of their camps quite yet.
Yeah. So that's a pretty early siege camp. I don't know if he will cap it immediately. He will. I thought he might want to time it with the first curse, but I mean, this is fine. This can get some early lane pressure in. Also, as you mentioned already, the new feud, you saw some new health bars with it. So we're playing on the live patch, so that means Orphea is technically out, but she will not be able to play her for the first 2 to 3 weeks in the launch. But it means that all the other changes they made to the live patch are currently in the game, and we're playing with them. And one of them is that they, with the mercenary camps, they streamline everything. So everything you get the experience on capping it. They basically, this was not the case for all merc camps. From here on out it is, and that might be why they changed the health bars a little or not. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be the case. Looking at bottom lane, actually, Dahaka doing a great job at first defending against this siege giants. You want Dahaka actually to pull these giants in towards the tower so they shoot them down, so you don't take as much damage. But actually, Greymane got pretty hurt in trying to go at Dahaka. So Sean Fao holding his own and only allowing half that tower to go down.
Yeah, in the meantime, Mordechi was able to pick up that Bruiser camp actually with the curse now spawning in 10 seconds. That Bruiser camp definitely needs some attention from Arthas.
He's going to ignore it.
Camp
I turned around.
Okay.
You can't decide,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Staying out of vision.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to respond to it. So I'm curious how much they will commit to this because they're fighting a 4v5 right now on EV talents, which is not ideal.
Yeah, Dahaka burrow down. They're fighting 4v5. They're trying to get out. The Kerrigan combo comes down. It misses. Mephisto, though, teleports. He might be in danger. The drag lands onto
nice drag.
Mephisto. That's a good shot. But then the Li Ming or follow-up doesn't kill anybody, but they get the tribute, and they walk out barely a scratch on them.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Arthas still was really indecisive, so he hasn't even dealt with the camp itself. And then the Haka burrows in, and Arthas is getting pretty low, so...
Yeah, even a
It's,
drag onto Arthas gets
yeah.
all that giant damage onto Fury Popsicle, has to tap, and goes right back.
And also just the laning setup itself, we see that Vanquish opt for a 1-2-2, so they basically don't really rotate out, but they just have two people in both bot and mid lane pushing, while the other team kind of has a 1-3-1 split with like Greymane as kind of the secondary offlaner, which you can quite easily do. So it's definitely some interest in laning setup. Of course, these are new teams, so they might not be used to rotations as much, so that's why they might opt for this.
Yeah, not a very aggressive maneuvering coming from Vanquish Gaming, having a Kerrigan in the early game. She's mostly stayed kind of quiet, maybe trying to get a poke here and there, but she's trying to just clear the lane. They're not really pushing with much of it. The tribute coming up, it will be on the side of Vanquish Gaming, so that's going to be an advantage for them. But here comes Missed My E, stepping up a lot of damage onto Johanna down to half health. Dahaka burrows in, trying to find a tongue in the backline. Mephisto teleports away, dodging it. Mordecai gets very low, and Kerrigan goes down. Her combos ran out, and Greymane goes in for the kill.
Yeah, that was really nice because Anna nearly fell there because she was very targeted. Kerrigan went in deep for her, but she was able to stay alive, and then they turned around and killed the Kerrigan, and now Johanna is like, it's still Johanna and Deckard is supporting her, but if she doesn't have up, she has her unstoppable. I was going to say, if she doesn't, she probably would have fell there.
Yeah, but the combination of Arthas Mephisto pushing Vanquish Gaming way back, they're gonna looked like Arthas was going to rotate aggressive, but he's just finding a bush to back into.
Yeah, that's smart. And also for Missed My E, they just have like on level 1 all these stacking talents which will come into the late game. Like Anna is trying to complete a quest, she's close to 10 stacks, which means her sleep dart can now hit 2 heroes, which means the next 10 stacks are more easily than Muradin's trying to stack his perfect storm, and Arthas is trying to complete his false presence. So that will definitely be a lot more lockdown in the late game if they try to complete this, or for more damage.
Not much going on in the mid lane, but Dahaka running a clinic on the dude abode and the Greymane. Sean Fao kicking butt in this lane bottom.
Gather tribute.
Alright, next tribute's going to pop up. It's going to be on Missed My E side. That's going to be an advantage for them. Neither team looks ready to hit 10 before this tribute's going to come up, but it's not curse point quite yet. Greymane going around the safe way. Ana waiting to rotate a bit, maybe soaking out the XP. Neither team making a hard move except for Arthas sitting in the bush.
Yeah, but this allowed Vanquish to actually get 10, like they will get it in a few. But they actually commit to it beforehand. I thought like maybe Kerrigan picks up like the last few minions, but they are actually committing it to it now.
It's there now.
Now they get 10.
The 10s are in. They're starting to get down the stairwell. And listen, lands. Everybody, though, on the side of Vanquish Gaming looking very low. Fury Popsicle in danger of dying. Deckard Kane root zones everyone out. They have 2 ults left. They've got Blessed Shield and Isolation left. And Missed My E wants none of it. They're just going to give this up. The 10s grant Vanquish Gaming the tribute. Very good play by them. The trickle XP, I think, is what made the difference.
Yeah. So it still was weird to me because if they like waited like maybe 2-3 seconds and get 10 before they went in, they might have come out with a few kills. Now they, in the first half of the fight, they were not 10 just yet. So basically they got dominated. Kid almost nearly fell. And then they were able to turn around because they got heroics. Deckard had a great sleep, allowing his team to stay alive there. But I think they could have even get more out of it. They still get the curse though.
props to Vanquish Gaming, too, for picking those 10s, realizing they were available during the fight. You often don't see players doing that necessarily. So excellent work by them, but Miss Mai has a chance to come back. However, half a level lead over to the side of Vanquish Gaming. That's going to be soak. They've got 2,000 extra soak, and yeah, that's really the difference in this game so far. Fortunately for Missed My E, this tribute is on their side. It looks a little bit easier to defend. However, unfortunately, that camp will be pushing top. So if this fight goes long, they're going to start losing structured damage trying to get this tribute. Haka burrowing in early. Moves up. Arthas in the bush finds him. Arthas is kind of separated. It's kind of a pincer.
You see Murian actually trying to flank in a little.
Yeah, both tanks are in the back lane, but the Haka's going after Ana. They're fighting over the tribute, leaving.
Dunes of Hope is out.
Yeah, Kerrigan has got her ult, but there's the sleep coming out from Decker Kane. Sleeps the Murden and the Mephisto. Unfortunately for them, they don't have a whole lot of health.
Arthas pops his army and he gets the Kerrigan in the back. He's just, like with his E, he's just being annoying there in the back line. But he might have to walk out a little right now. Still army keeping him alive. Johanna will fall here.
Yeah, Fury Popsicle staying alive forever because of those demons. The Leaming Orb almost nets a kill on Murden, but it's not enough damage, and Missed My E ties it up 2-3. And actually, they had a camp pushing mid, so along with these Giants, both teams have had camp pressure in different lanes.
Yeah, that was nicely timed by both teams. Yeah, it was really nice by Miss My E. This fight went pretty well for them. Also, Anna still staying alive, like she's being focused quite a lot. Kerrigan tries to jump on her, Li Ming tries to land a combo, but she still is able to stay alive and heal up the team little by little. And when she gets 13, she gets like her cleanse on her Q in some way or fashion. So I don't know which one she's going for. So she might be able to reduce the Kerrigan combo or just get rid of the Decade Root. So that will definitely help them out in the long run.
I would imagine also with Blessed Shield and drag from Dahaka, she'd probably be going the anti-stun talent. But Miss My E setting up very early. This Kerrigan might be in trouble. Arthas goes for the root and it misses. Very close. The sleep lands on Johanna. Mephisto going in for the big damage. Actually almost in trouble, but no damage goes out on him. There's the Durance of Hate going down. Mephisto damage is just wrecking Waldos. Deckard Kane dies. Murd is in the backline. He's looking very low, but Dobbs Avatar sets in on the Mephisto, also very low, but he gets a shield. Arthas going in the backline, almost goes down himself, and Missed My E comes away with the full team wipe. So many people low.
Yeah, they were all so low, but like Rayman went in at the right time to finish off the last few members because everyone was pretty low. Also, props to Arthas because he was just bullying everyone in the back. They will do a quick boss play while they kind of wait for and then do the tribute, so they kind of time it, so that's really nice by them. So the boss will be then pushing during the curse, and they don't waste too much curse time on the boss.
They realized it pretty quickly. It took them a few seconds, but once they got it, they went immediately after the boss. Mephisto prepping this lane, getting these powers down. The rest of Vanquish Gaming has to clear out mid lane. Dahaka's tending to bot, and this boss is going to be a pretty strong push top. Ooh, was that Durance? Yeah, Durance used to try and hit the Kerrigan. It whiffed, but it'll be back in 55 seconds. It's got a pretty low cooldown.
Oh, Arthas is fair in a very weird position.
Oh, but Ming!
He gets the Li Ming though.
Arthas running it down top like he's supposed to, and the Mephisto damage is melting everybody. There's a big root from Arthas. The boss is coming after. Greyman goes in for the kill, finds it. Kid and Mordecai are looking in deep trouble. The gate is down. The curse is still up. They are not safe.
So I thought Arthas would fail because he was like running it down on his own. He got it in main, and then his team was just in time to back him up, and you can also get the Decker.
I hate how on point Fury Popsicle's name is at this moment.
Yeah.
That's very frustrating. I can't even. It's not even a pun. I don't even. Boss. not even going to get the shields down. It's only a 13-minute boss, but he tore through that. He or she, I don't actually know if the boss is gendered in this game or not, but we have the rest of Missed My E pushing into the mid-fort. They're probably going to get it, especially with the 16 advantage. A very good use of that advantage right now.
Yeah. So with that early keep, they get that 16 advantage, which is really nice for them. But still, for Vanquish, if they can just soak up till 16 and then fight over the curse, if they get it, they are at curse point actually, so they might then be looking at a curse with potentially a boss, so they can definitely turn this around if they get a good fight and this time around.
Yeah, and to answer your question from previously, Ana goes Purifying Darts, opting to remove roots and slows. Yeah, so Deckard Cain has the more dangerous talent in their mind. Kerrigan pushing top, trying to make sure this wave is pushed out, killing some catapults. She seems pretty safe. I do believe that they have vision. How Dahaka might be in trouble, backing up all the way into fort. I don't think they're going to find a pick onto him unless they can find a big stun. There's some Murden, there's Mephisto with the damage, but Tunneling Claws leads him to safety.
Yeah, that was like nice that he has picked it up just momentarily because they just hit 16, so that really saved him.
Yeah, but this is going to be a free fort. Oh, the isolation goes on. Dahaka maybe trying to find a kill, finds it on the Murden. They're going to have trouble blowing that target up, and Nump just wears a dumb hat. Oh, I think he got cleansed, actually, somehow. Maybe it just ran out quickly.
But I was also not really sure why he used isolation that way, because like his damage dealers weren't there to follow up to him.
Arthas anchoring in the bush, only finds a Johanna. They don't opt for boss. 16-18, probably not. They're just running top to get themselves a free tribute. Make sure they don't get cursed. And now, Vanquish Gaming goes in on the boss.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. Like, Arthas is anchoring in that bush, but he can't see them from that bush. So now he might be wondering where they are. But still... he
boss
just goes to the lane.
Boss, I don't think they care a whole lot about Murdens, making sure they have to respond to these catapults. They can't push with this boss. There's not much else on the map they can get. They're going to clear this boss for free.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why they leave Kerrigan alone with the boss, because there will be a whole team for this boss, like defending it. So she probably will stay there, if at all, for experience. Yeah, she just gets experience bot lane and then goes to another.
Yeah, this boss has got the wall, but I don't think it's going to get much more than half of the health of this fort.
So I mean, these teams are both new to the Heroes launch, and probably also to like the competitive format itself of like these teams brawling out to each other. So there might be some things you don't expect.
Big Durance comes out from Mephisto, and that is 2 dead heroes. Johanna and Deckard Cain can't get another fort. A 5-man of Missed My E is just too dominant. And yeah, you're right, actually. I don't know about Vanquish Gaming, but Missed My E has been in NGS, at least in the previous season. But then a big invade. Kerrigan might be going down if Arthur can land the root. There's the big root. Oh, the stun actually misses, and Kerrigan peels for herself.
Yeah, that was like pretty nice for her. So that actually, when you say that, that actually makes quite a lot of sense if you compare how Missed My E plays, like some of their advantages, or compared to Vanquish, where you saw like Vanquish overstaying at that fort. Then Missed My E comes in, they get a great Durance off, and they just blow them up. And just like little things like that, just how you play the map, don't overstay too much, play with vision. You see they have a little bit more experience, it seems, than the other team.
Yeah, 18-19, they're mulling this boss over. Murden is eager to start it. Nump leaps in with gusto as Vanquish Gaming pushing in on the fort. They know they've got themselves a curse. They may be giving up this curse to this boss. They've got 18 seconds to clear this boss and get down to prevent the curse going in from them, but it does represent a win condition in top lane.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. So they have to decide here. So they should pick up like I was going to say, is Missed My E in time for the curse? Because I think, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They can even contest this. They jump
The
in, get a big
Mephisto
blue.
damage is just too much, and Li Ming and Deckard Cain blown up immediately. Everyone walks around the Johanna and Dahaka, kills the backline, and now Johanna is next. And this has got to be game, right?
Yeah, I mean, they get curse. They are on curse point. Boss is still very healthy. There's only 2 people to defend in.
Yeah, just
so
kill
they
the
can
wall
just
and go
walk,
around.
Kill the side lane, side wall, and just go for it. That's exactly what they're doing.
Boss smacking the shields away. The rest of the team's going to hit the core down to 0. Missed My E with an excellent performance, pulling it together, working with synergy as they take game number 1, the inaugural game map for Heroes Lounge NA.
Yeah, it was very, very well played by them. Especially the Mephisto, like, he landed, like, running it down, freezing people everywhere. And then, Mephisto with the Anna on the back, and then Greyman just jumping in that just finish it off.
Yeah. So we are moving to game number 2. Am I right in assuming the rules are the losing team chooses map pick first pick?
Yeah, they can choose which one they want.
Okay, so that continues the rules. Very similar rule to most competitive environments. There's your talent screen for you. We're going to move back to the caster window where I've got my video. I gotta put up a text here saying who my guest is. It is Phallop, I believe. Sorry, it's very.
No, that's fine.
Guest host Phallop, and I'm going to be making that in big old letters, putting it onto my screen.
So we're just waiting. They decided, Vanquish, that they want map pick, so we will.
Okay.
We're waiting till they choose the map, so we can load up the second game for us here. So yeah, in this first game we saw like some very nice combinations of Missed My E. Vanquish, I think they are very new to this. They unfortunately were not even able to get a single kill.
Yeah.
So maybe they just like had some heroes that they were not that familiar with. Like Johanna's not the best engage tank, first of all.
Yeah.
Then Kerrigan might not be as practiced as some of the other heroes. So we will see what they will like try to adjust in the second game. Also, if you look at some of the talent picks, it might not be the most talents that you would see like in HGC level. Of course, when it's amateur level to HGC, comfort over just meta might just be what everyone prefers. So definitely also keep this in mind. We're not here on HGC level or anything.
The weirdest talent I saw was Field Study, granting 15 spell power for each enemy hit by the Scroll of Sailing, up to 30%. So that'll give him a little bit more heals. It'll also make his root a little more powerful as far as doing damage to heroes. So that's a decent. It's not, all Deckard Cain's level 1s are pretty okay. You usually see it dependent upon what they want to go. To remind the viewers, Vanquish Gaming banned Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Missed My E banned Brax's Holdout, so we will not be seeing those maps tonight. Do we have a map pick quite yet? What are we going?
We will be going to Volskaya.
Okay, we're going to Volskaya. Let me see if I can set my thing here. Chris Towell, that was whose map pick was that? I forget.
That was actually Missed My East map.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So. All right.
Oh.
We're gonna update everything here, team. Set my score. Update that. At the moment. And On Volskaya, this is the map. Vanquish Gaming picking this. It seems like they want to brawl a little bit more. Maybe not happy with the macro game they were trying to play with the Global Dahaka. Maybe trying to get in the faces of Missed My E a little bit more. Do you think we see the Kerrigan again from them, or maybe some kind of like Maev, Blaze action on that thing, if that's what they want to do?
Yeah, I mean, they might pick Kerrigan again. It might also just depend what their opponents are going for. For example, I think the Arthas was pretty well played into it this time, so maybe if they want something like Kerrigan, they might wait with it a little. So we'll definitely see. I think Volskaya definitely is a smart choice because Volskaya is not as much on the macro game. Still, macro, it's a big map, but still, it's a really brawl-heavy map centered around those objectives. While Cursed Hollow, you can play macro quite well, play time around camps and bosses. Cursed is like in a narrow spot. It's not really open where you really want to have a great fight. If you get caught easily, you will just get blown up because you're like separated from your team. So I can see why they choose for this map over anything.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm very excited to see what they come out with. That first and second pick, when you grab the map pick on a map like Volskaya, that first and second pick has got to be very strong. So look for sort of a 1-2 punch from them. Missed My E, however, now that they have first pick, I'm also interested to see what they prioritize. Last map, we saw things like Diablo banned out. Maybe we see that again. Maybe they try to go for the Diablo themselves, turn that story around with them.
Yeah, I mean, it might, like, in the first game, they probably, like, it's not usual that people do like a lot of research, especially now. Normally on the heroes launch you can see like which heroes and maps teams have picked, but because it's the first season, everyone is new. This is not available just yet because we're in the first week of the season. So for now they just probably banned like some heroes they don't really like to play against or very strong in the meta, but now we might see like these respect bans coming out from either side.
That speaking, looks like both teams are ready. Let's get into the game. Game number 2 on Volskaya. That's my map. And I realize there was no sound when I was on the map screen, but I was not on it for very long. So thank you so much to St. Basil and Kriv for the 25 and 26 bits respectively. We got a little bit of a bit war happening in the chat. I really appreciate that. Love you guys. Thank you so much for that. But we're going to get into the draft, and we're going to see what these bands are. And we're going to get the real music going here. That's not... There we go. It started in the middle of the song. Get that HGC draft music. I love Doug Composer has written music for HGC drafts for a long time, and they're just really fantastic. I really love all the work that he does. I don't know if Blizzard contracts him or what, but it's really cool to see him come out with that music. And yep, there's the Diablo. They don't want to play it. They just happy to ban it out.
Yeah, they might just not play it themselves that often, and then they just opt to ban it out or anything.
All right, the return ban from Vanquish Gaming is Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis on the top list of everybody's ban priority right now. Very considered to be a strong hero. I don't know if it's overpowered, and I have absolutely zero information on what's being done in the pro scene with Mal'Ganis, if it's a strong ban. But it sucks to play against sometimes. For sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think with Mal'Ganis, like when he first came out, he was very tuned, and after the 2 weeks with the patch, they, I think, brought him down a little, which is, I think, fair. But I think everyone's just still trying to figure out where he fits in. Is he the main tank? Is he off lane? What do we really want to do with him? So I think it's fair to still ban him out because he's so new. Might just be that X factor you can provide to your opponents.
Yeah, agreed. And I think he has a pretty low skill floor as well. But speaking of skill and respect, Mephisto banned out the second time. They did not want to deal with that. He was absolutely melting people. And there's the Muradin. Looks like a comfort pick, probably, for Missed My E. That makes sense. If you really like playing Muradin, you just ban Diablo, grab Muradin, and now your opponent has to choose among the rest of the tanks.
For sure. Yeah, so I expected Johanna.
There it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I did some research on these teams, and Vanquish, basically their tank player plays Johanna, Muradin, and a little bit of Diablo, but that's for it mainly for his tank. So he, I think, is also kind of forced now into Johanna, which is not bad. For sure, she's a very stable frontline, but as we mentioned, she might not have the best engage starting forward, so you might see, like in the melee or the offlane role, a hero with quite a great engage. We will have to see.
We see the Greymane Deckard. They grab the Deckard for themselves. They want that CC. Greymane, probably another comfort pick. Usually don't see him taken immediately in most compositions this early in the draft, but still a very good healer, still very strong. But on the other side, Kael'thas Johanna, I really like that combination. Johanna Condemn can really set up a lot of Kael'thas damage.
Yeah, and for, if this is Mordechi on Kael'thas, Mordechi actually, I think his most played hero is Kael'thas, so that's definitely some comfort right there.
Yeah. And the Arthas ban, once again, another hero they didn't want to deal with. That was a very strong composition. Whitemane banned out. They've grabbed themselves the Deckard, banning one of the next best healers. But actually, Tyrande, I think, is a little bit more meta, although I'm not sure if Vanquish Gaming enjoys playing that Tyrande or not.
Yeah, so it depends. Their main support, which is Waldos, he doesn't really play, from what I could tell, too much Tyrande. But then again, he also didn't really play Whitemane. So this is actually his most played support by far, and that's Stukov. So yeah.
I like that a lot. The Stukov works really well on this map, especially if you're really comfortable playing him. And the Cassia into the Greymane, I think, is a big deal, especially combined with the Johanna. Not quite the all-in blind, but the Johanna blind will help Cassia's damage quite a lot, as well as shut down the Greymane. But oh my goodness, you ban the Mephisto. We're coming at you with another super powerful mage. It's going to be the Kel'Thuzad. And man, how do they get on this guy?
Yeah, so this is actually like from both teams. I mean, as we mentioned already a few times, they're new, so they stick to comfort and they pop it out here all the time. Like if this is indeed Sestron on Kel'Thuzad, that's his most played mage actually.
Oh, wow.
So that will actually can be very scary. And then on the other hand, Kasha's a comfort pick for Mina. See that probably everyone gets their comfort. But then we see Tychus actually in that last.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure if that's in response to the Yrel, or if it's a comfort, or if it's in response to additional siege should they win the Protector. But they have three very squishy targets into a Kel'Thuzad, and I'm not sure how their dive is going to work with the Johanna. Like their only other real CC diving into a team is going to be Johanna and Kael'thas maybe.
Yeah. So that was like one of the things this team was. I wasn't sure which would be the offlaner, because now we see actually that Shenfa will be on Kael'thas, and he is also a very predominant mage player, as is Mordechi. But Shenfa was, for me, the only player that had some offlane heroes in his hero pool. So it also might be just like still trying to work on these offlane and might just pick. In this case, a hero that's more comfort might provide more damage in the team fights, but still they have to make sure they don't fall too behind in the rotations now if they can't keep up in the offlane, because Yrel is very dominant there.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough laning against that Yrel. But into the game we go, and on the side of Vanquish Gaming, looking to tie it up 1-1, we've got Sean Fow on the Kael'thas this time. Mina Cakes on the Cassia, Waldos on the Stukov, Mordecai on the Tychus, and Kid playing the Johanna.
And then on the right side we have Fury Pop Cycle, this time running it down on the Yrel. The Duda boat is on the Greymane again. Born to Shine is on the Deckard this time. Nomke is is on the Muradin, and then Sestron is this time playing Kel'Thuzad.
Alright, that Kel'Thuzad will be dead. They send 4 mid Cassia starts bot immediately. Smart. You don't want to offer as few targets as possible to the Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah, but still, Kasha is actually the one that goes. Well, she actually picked Thunderstroke, which means she would actually be looking to stack, I would say, in her Qs. So I expected her to be in the rotation more.
Yeah, fortunately, Yrel will be probably pretty bold in this lane. Easy to hit with the Thunderstroke. Missed there, actually. But the rotation now from Miss My E moving up top, and the Kael'thas wave clear is just... they're so far ahead of them in wave clear.
Yeah, so especially Kael'thas Tigers also, if they can get those rotations without getting picked up, then yeah, this is really nice. We saw Mordechi actually using his E to dodge like the change, which was really nice.
Dudabode grabbing the turret as soon as it is up, starting it. Greymane very good in these camps. That's why I think the Greymane is working out for them. They're very a lot more aggressive than Vanquish Gaming on camps.
Yeah, for sure. And especially like try to get the advantage as much as possible. It's a third camp, so it won't be pushing. You just pick it up and you will have it available when the first objective will be there. So it's definitely a camp you want to pick up before the first objective lands. So here the thing for Vanquish will be the rotations, which are very important. But not only that, they kind of lack engage. Prior to 10, Johanna doesn't have the greatest engage. Kael'thas kind of has it, but then he will be in fire range. Stukov, if he picks the route on level 13, he will have like his own sort of engage. Otherwise, he doesn't. So they really lack in lockdown for now.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for them. But we see Kel'Thuzad trying to stack, has only got 5 so far. Actually, Vanquish Gaming stepping in a few of his abilities. I'd like to see maybe some more CCs. Kel'Thuzad following up on a Deckard route or a Muradin stun. But Vanquish Gaming not really allowing them a whole lot. There's another missed chain from Kael'thas, but they're just running away from them. They're clearing the lane, going to the next lane, and they don't get a chance to stack at all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yrel, as expected, dominating this bottom lane against Cassia.
Yeah, so yeah, for me, like Vanquish plays it pretty well up till this point, like with the rotations and their great wave clear. But then I still am not sure what. So I can understand why you pick Cassia, but why do you pick Cassia for the off lane, especially when you go Q on level 1? Like she will be so late with her stacks right now.
Yeah, my guess is that they felt cornered into something in the draft. They grabbed the Tychus to, we can't dive the Kel'Thuzad, so maybe we'll blow up a tank that's standing right in front of us with the Cassia. We won't we'll make Kel'Thuzad step up into our team and kill the Muradin or kill the Yrel that's jumping into our backline. But Miss My E, they feel like they own the map. They're taking this med camp for free. They're going to take it and they're going to run onto the point. Another turret, though, for Vanquish Gaming. How many items they got? They've got 1 turret compared to a med camp and a turret from Miss My E. So the item advantage belonged to Miss My E. They're engaging. Now the turret goes down. The Deckard King root is out. It hits 3 people. And Yrel jumps in, but Muradin, though, taking a whole lot of damage, has to back out. So is Kel'Thuzad taking a lot of damage, trying to get his stacks. Yeah, hit the combo onto the Tychus. Tychus taking a lot of damage. The turret is out. It's going on the Johanna. Yrel leaping in, trying to cause havoc, but the Kael'thas damage is too much. Cassia chases her with the Fen, chases her off the point, but Johanna goes down first. Yrel baits the rest of the team into following up the kill, survives, and it's a 1-0 as Miss My E takes point A.
Just in time, because Vanquish was at 99% actually.
Yeah, they got on there. They've got the overtime. Meanwhile, Vanquish Gaming is going and getting the clear. And I should point out, level 7 actually hit for Miss My E. I think maybe during that fight too.
Yeah, might have been. Yeah, I was also like, I was like, they are almost a level ahead. And I thought Vanquish didn't miss that much, so apparently they quite did.
Deckard Cain root hits.
Big combinations coming out there.
Yeah, the bomb spreads onto Deckard Cain. A lot of damage from the Kael'thas, but the healing pulse is going to heal most of that up. Kael'thas looking for the combo, and Kael'thas got way out, rooted in a bad position. gets melted down. Greymane goes in for the kill, and once again, Missed My E pushes Vanquish Gaming off the point.
Yeah, and you see all this CC stacking again. So while Stukov is like a great combo pick for them, he lacks a cleanse, so he will not be able to free you from those pesky CC. So the only way to Johanna's the only one that can like walk in there and has her unstoppable for him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Did they pick Kel'Thuzad after the Stukov? Do you remember?
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's a very good counter pick from them. In the strong made little kid, he gets hit by the laser. Johanna looking very low, has to tap to protect against this protector. Root
And they will actually pick up 10 with it.
Yeah, it's very possible. This tower might get them the XP that they need. Still a little low, but they're pushing onto this fort. They've got 14 seconds left on the protector. They're starting to back up, but Tychus getting super low, getting hit by the laser. You don't find the follow-up damage. There's a gun. He guns him down. Just as
very unfortunate for him. Yeah.
Just as the protector expires. Meanwhile, down bottom, we've got Cassie actually running out of mana against Fury Popsicle, who is dominating that bottom lane.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see them actually almost 2 levels ahead, so that's pretty big because now Vanquish kind of has to try to get as much soak as possible, get to 10 and then start the comeback, but then they risk that that Missed My E is already on level 13 by then.
Oh, a big combo from Kel'Thuzad
great
going into
combo.
Rel, tries to go in to get the Kel'Thas out of position, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it was a great combo.
It was. Who allowed Kel'Thas and Kel'Thuzad to be on the opposite teams? Because that is killing me. Gonna see Tychus moving out. They're just moving around the map, trying to get as much experience safely as possible. They're going to get 10 before this next objective, but meanwhile, the map is Missed My E's to control.
Yeah, and they just pick up items left and right.
Yeah, and here's
so
the left.
Actually going to invade it.
Yeah, they got the right, and now they're on the left.
So they have 2 turrets and a healing camp now.
Yeah, that's
And actually, Kasha has to look out because if they just decide to walk down, she might be in trouble.
got the turret. The stun goes on to Murden. Can they find themselves a kill? Murden jumps to safety before him, but he's getting ripped apart by Tychus. The silence is stopping him from doing much more. The Kel'Thuzad damage, though, zones everyone out. The Deckard Cain doing so as well, and they escape with the turret. It's the perfect crime.
We actually see, so most heroics, I think, are pretty standard in this far. And we actually see Ball of Lightning opposed to Valkyrie. Well, they lack the CC, so I thought maybe Valkyrie can like pick up the Deckard or Kel'Thuzad in the backline so they can get to it. But they opt for the Ball of Lightning actually.
Vanquish Gaming going all in on the AoE damage rather than opting for the Valkyrie to maybe pull someone out and allow the Kel'Thas combo to go in on them. It's an interesting choice, but we're going to see how it pays off. And yeah, you're right. That ball could go into the backline and really wreak some havoc.
An access terminal will be online in a moment.
Yeah, this is the point in Volskaya where there's really nothing to do. The point is unlocking in 20 seconds. Both teams gonna grab their camp.
Yeah, and they will actually have 13 Missed My E, which is pretty big.
That is a big deal. Looking at some of these talents here, they're pretty powerful. They're all holding her 13.
Both teams pick up their camp, so that's pretty nice, but it will just clash here around the point itself, so probably both camps won't do that much. Also, we will have a team fight momentarily, but in this downtime, if you're fairly new to how you play around, we see a big combo, and there goes Tychus.
Oh, Tychus stepping up a little too far.
Yeah.
Maybe a lack of communication, or maybe just being extra brave while the rest of his team is getting structure damage. Also, Hirel runs right into 2. Nothing that much they can do about her. It's just a Kel'Thas. Cassia pushing all the while. Bottom, they're chasing Johanna away. The Iron Skin prevents Kel'Thuzad from landing the combo. Lands a root. 27 stacks. Doesn't even have Master of the Cold Dark done, but he's still doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, as you mentioned, it might be Tychus being brave. It also might be that he just didn't expect the chain to reach like that far, because it was like it stretched very long, but it was still able to reach him, and yeah, he immediately followed it up with his whole combo, so that was really nice.
Got Greymane going out on the Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad uses his Mana Addict. It's out, and Kel'Thuzad throws the damage in the backline. There's the chain. It misses on the Tychus, but Yrel is in the backline causing her own havoc. She gets shoved away by the Stuka, but the Protector belongs to Miss Mai.
Yeah, so they have to back off, and Kel'Thuzad will fall.
The Power Glove roots the Kael'thas. Yep. And that is it for that particular Blood Elf.
Yeah. And so what Miss Mai did like very nicely with the first Protector, they prepared this top lane, they took out the front wall, they took out the healing fountain, which is very big. That's means they didn't have to retreat while fighting over the second objective. So that's something you usually try to do with the first Protector. You try to prepare the lane where the next Protector will spawn in, so you have an easier time with it.
Yeah, instead they are going to grab mid fort and make their way bottom. They've got 27 seconds to wreak some havoc in this bottom lane. Greymane is prepping it, as you were saying. This is going to see if they can get front wall, if they can get well. I don't think they have time to get a fort, but we'll see.
I mean, they will pick up 16.
Oh, 16, yeah.
So, yeah, they can try to push it in. If they find someone out of position, they, I think, most definitely will.
Yeah, they're staying away from the living bomb. They've learned their lesson, but Deckard gets pulled in. The bomb spreads to him, and now they escape. The Deckard Cane peels for everybody. 13 to 16. Kel'Thuzad goes back in, finds the combo onto Cassia. She is destroyed.
So she was deleted from 100 to 0 so fast.
Yeah, and that's what's exciting about the Kel'Thuzad. Misses another chain on Johanna. Doesn't have his ice spike up yet. Avatar thrown out, but wow, they're doing a lot of damage between the Tychus and the Kael'thas. Nom took a ton of damage, but he's murdered, and he'll heal it all back up for free, but that does cause Miss Mai to back out, at least for now, and it looks like they're going to go item hunting.
Yeah, I mean, they still have like a 2-level lead with their 16, so they can try to just control the map, pick up all the items, prepare for the next objective.
Ooh, this is a sneaky... Normally, you would think that taking your own turret would not be sneaky, but I think it's a very good call from Vanquish Gaming, realizing that the rest of Miss Mai are going top. Looking at 16, Greymane is going Alpha Killer, maybe to get some more damage on the Johanna.
Yeah, what was odd to me was that we again see like a field study from Deckard, we again see Potion of Revival on 13, and we see Safety in Numbers on 16. So I don't know if this is like more, these three talents are more common in NA. I know for me the standard is always like Sapphire, for sure Ancient Blessings on 13, that's basically a second rogue still in its current iteration, and then on 16 it's either the stun on your staff if you are facing dive, or the E. Just getting more damage with it, and we actually see Cassia deleted.
Oh, I was gonna call Mina Cakes the legend, but the Yrel jump at the end, just at the edge of the gate, Cassia barely does not survive, and that's another kill going over to Miss Mai. And yeah, I would say that this is not a particularly an NA build for Deckard. I think it's more of a Hero League build.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Dad of Time, welcome to the stream. It was amazing meeting you at BlizzCon. Always great to see Hotstads around. I'm sure you said hi to my Hotstad as well.
I'm getting another million already for you.
Hey, were you at BlizzCon, by the way?
No.
Okay.
I was not.
I forgot some of the people that I met there because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Oh, Yrel might be in trouble. Maybe this could be a quick gank onto Fury Popsicle. Just Yrel things, gets the stun. The Flame Strike goes out. She still has... Yeah, and there it is. And the rest of Miss Mai has rotated. Murden with the Dwarf launch distance finds a stun onto Tychus, but it's not enough. Fury Popsicle still does not have Ardent anymore, and that's a kill going onto Yrel. And this could be the Vanquish Gaming's way back in. Oh, the big combo from the Kel'Thuzad. However...
Deckard, though.
Deckard's in trouble. Ooh, it's a 2-for-1. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of Vanquish Gaming.
Oh, the Kel'Thuzad!
Oh, the combo evens it
That's
up.
brutal.
That is rough. That you hate to see it. If you're Vanquish Gaming, you thought you had that in the bag, but Kel'Thuzad turns around, hits a couple buttons, and another victim falls. Shout out to that Stukov, though. Everyone was looking low. He got the perfect spread and popped his trait, his, what's it called? The biotic trigger? Bio kill switch at the perfect time. Everybody pops back up to full, and they almost win the fight. But now they're gathering themselves more items to get onto the point and maybe fight anew once again.
Yeah, so they will have, like, they don't have 20 quite yet, but if they get this objective, they will have 20, and they will be looking to end game. So, like the Kel'Thuzad, it was big because they would have lost the fight otherwise, and then Vanquish could have, like, find their way back into this game, but that combo kind of destroyed it.
I'm just loving how majestic this Wonder William is. Just beautiful. Okay, both teams are ready to roll. This is probably the last stand for Vanquish Gaming as Johanna makes a quick entrance, throws out a blind under the Greymane. Odin comes out, Phoenix to zone. There's the Kel'Thuzad combo. A ton of damage. 3 people were in it, but Greymane is in trouble. Like you said, there's the ball lightning going in on the back line, and everybody's super low. Yrel, Joe just barely gets Arden off. It just came up in time. She's chasing everyone down. There's a Deckard Cain sleep, but it's immediately interrupted. But Kael'thas in trouble. Johanna goes down. Cassie goes down. That's 2. But meanwhile, Greymane's a 2 for 1. Can Vanquish Gaming turn this around? It looks like they're making a hasty exit.
Yeah.
Yrel got pushed into space.
But still, they didn't get, like, I mean, both teams were getting pretty low. It could have gone, like, either way if they get a kill earlier on, but in the end it's a 2 for 1 trade in the for Missed My E, so they still get away with it and are now trying to look to end actually.
Yeah, this could be a game-winning push. They've got 20. They've got themselves a protector at 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Pushing into the keep. This is definitely going to be a keep, and it depends on how many people they can kill and see how much more they can get.
I mean, Odin is still 20 seconds out. That's the biggest defense tool, I would say, against this protector. So if they can stall it and pop in the Odin, they might be able to defend it, so they don't lose the game right away. But still, with 20 advantage, that's pretty big. However, Greymane is only responding right now, so he's not there yet. So they are actually in a 5v4 advantage. Well talented.
Yeah, they take a lot of damage, but everybody survives as they push the protector completely away from the keep. It's not going to be game quite yet, and another life granted to Vanquish Gaming. They may be trying to force the issue, though.
Yeah, that's what I don't really like, though, because they still don't have 20, and when Greymane gets with his team, they might be looking to engage, because that was probably the only reason they backed off.
Agreed. Yrel jumping in, throwing a stunner on the Johanna. She probably has Iron Skin, uses it, just barely dodges that root. Mana Addict popped for Kael'thas to try and survive. He runs back up, maybe trying to get damage. The Protector's almost dead, guys. Chill.
Protector to its limit. Well done.
And they still want to force. The kid just trying to make sure they don't take that front wall for free. Now grabbing some experience. Some stun goes on Johanna. Does she have Iron Skin available? She does. Stukov with the shove. Kael'thas trying to get some, throw some fire at them.
Yeah. I mean, they still have to look for 20.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, Missed My E will still just get their camps again. Also, you are sounding a little bit like a right now, which I don't know if it's on my or your end.
Oh, yeah. People on Discord say I sound like a robot. I think that's my Discord internet connection. Usually my streams are fine. Tell me in the chat, though, after the delay ends, if I am sounding like a robot on stream. Because I hear that a lot from co-casters. But we're going to see Vanquish Gaming now getting to 20. And this is, I think, they are at an item disadvantage, but they have a turret.
Yeah, so the only item disadvantage is the healing pulse, so it's not that big of a...
Ooh, Tychus. Okay, he's okay. I got worried about Tychus there for a second. Yeah, and Missed My E forcing the issue. They have themselves a lane. They're going to clear it out and make them respond to the catapults.
Yeah, I was thinking, is Missed My E trying to backdoor here, actually? Because there are 5 bot lane. They know they show top, so I think they might actually try to
Yeah.
backdoor.
The backs
Which
come
might
out.
be it might be a bluff, but they might just do it.
I mean, you've got to force them back. You got to
Yeah.
keep pushing that fort. You're
Yeah.
going to save your fort, and yeah, they're out of here. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got not much else to. Murden though caught way up, but his super jump allows him to
Oh,
escape. But
but
there's a
now-
big chain, not in
It's
range to
Piranha.
land the combo. Yeah, they're out of there.
Yeah. So still my biggest point for Vanquish is the fact that they have like Tychus, Kasha and Kel'Thas. Well, looking at damage, it's pretty evenly between them. Still, if one of them was more of like a frontline heavy hero, which had a ton of like lockdown, I think this game could have gone in that way, I think, a little bit more easily, because then they would have lockdown, because that's what they currently lack, and it might be sometimes what like doesn't get them the kill.
Yeah, triple ranged offers you a lot of damage, but it's very hard to maximize that damage when you're about to die.
Yeah.
All right. Missed my E, setting up early. They've got themselves a full level lead, so that's going to be a 4% stat bonus in their favor here at level 2022. The catapults push way out for Vanquish Gaming. Johanna trying to scout out. Murden lands the stun. Nothing to follow up on, just a free Stormbolt stack. Still hasn't completed his Stormbolt.
Take control of
Yeah, he's only at 17 stacks actually, which is pretty unique to me. And also, his perfect storm is at 17, meaning that he doesn't kill with it. Ooh, big combo with missiles.
Beautiful
Odin is
Odin.
out, though.
The unstoppable from Odin stops the Kel'Thas combo, but it might not be enough. He's getting ripped apart, though. Murden Silence gets the jump out, but Odin goes down. Tychus is dead. The ball lightning, though, doing work. Murden looking very low, but does he have the jump out? The combo lands. Cassie trying to find the Greymane kill, does not find the Q onto Dudabode, and he escapes. But that looks like a 1-for-1 unless Greymane gets him in the fight. There's a sleep out from Deckard Cain, and the fight continues. Fury Popsicle finally pops. Ardent is about to die. Ardent is
right
done, and
time, and now
Greymane
Stuka
finds
will
himself.
fall.
Yep.
Kasha gets a kill in the back on the Greymane though. But still, it's a 4v2. Kasha is getting chased and will probably fall right here.
Yep. That is,
Big ball of lightning, but
Yeah.
barely doesn't get you around.
yeah, I mean, you know, into something like Murden and Urel, that ball lightning will just eat into their health bars. And, you know, triple ranged, really kind of the problem. There was not a lot of places for them to position safely. Greymane found himself a Kel'Thas kill, I believe. Mana Addict was already used in that fight, so looks like my sound was perfect, so we're good. But missed my E, taking a strong 2-0 in the inaugural Heroes Lounge NA match against Vanquish Gaming. Protectors punching the core. Well played by both teams. Loving this game. And yeah, not much more to say.
Yeah, it was like, especially this game, there were like some instant Vanquish looking to come back, and if the team fight, if they get like a little bit more focus fire, if they find like the first kill, it might actually fall in their favor, but still it's almost always at least an even trade, if not in favor for Missed My E. And I mean, props to the to Salstrun, if I pronounce that right, on the Kel'Thuzad this time. The first time on Mephisto, he really delivered on those heroes. He has 104k damage on the Kel'Thuzad, while next in line is Kasha with 55k. Greymane is only sitting at 30k, his order damage dealer in his team, just to compare it.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, like, you know, maybe if that Tychus was like a Genji or somebody with some kind of dive to get at the Kel'Thuzad, I would understand the triple range, but we're going to see. We're going to show some talents here, but I'm going to see if I can get an interview with the captain. I believe is Born to Shine, right? Oh, no, or was it Fury? I can't remember. Let me look at the...
No, it's actually Dudabode, the dude man. But I mean, it doesn't have to be the captain. It could be another one of them. It even might be the whole team. Sometimes that's what they want.
All right, we're going to see if they can get us one here. Yeah, that was an excellent play from Missed My E. Vanquish Gaming almost turns it around, but that Kel'Thuzad just was bonkers. Let's see. Can people get into... I don't think people can get into the caster. Yeah, it's locked here. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's an interview room that we're going to join.
No, they can get into the casters, but there's a room.
Yeah, so we're going to switch over to the interview room right now.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Rat Mitchens, for the compliment. I believe it was an excellent game as well. And we are joined. The Dude Abides. What is up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going fantastic. You guys put on a heck of a show here, and you guys did it. You guys won the first Heroes Lounge NA match. How you feeling?
Yeah, it feels great. We played some NGS and past 2 seasons, so wasn't quite sure what we'd walk into today, but didn't have any information on the other team, so there was absolutely no scouting. But it was good. It was fun games to play.
Awesome. Now looking at the maps, looking at Cursed Hollow, you went for the Mephisto there, and he just wrecked. Is the Mephisto on a combo something you guys play a lot?
It's a combo we've played before. We have a couple different combos that we like to play. On a Mephisto, it's no secret. It gets playtime a lot higher levels too, so it's one of our combos that we like to play.
Awesome. Now you played Greymane both games, and Namk played Muradin both games. Is that sort of your classic 1-2 punch from Missed My E?
I don't know. It's hard to think of it. We kind of prioritize other heroes, I think.
Okay.
I think Vermana, who was on the Sestren in game, who was on the Mephisto, he's a great mage player. So I think anytime we can protect him and complement what he's doing, I think that's where we build our best comps.
Awesome. Now, Fury Popsicle on that Arthas, he just wrecked face. He was just running it down that entire game. Was like that part of the plan, or just Fury Popsicle just a mean Arthas player?
He's another great player we picked up last season.
Awesome.
He's I've been calling drafts, and he was our last pick. They picked a Haka early, so we were going to wait on our solo laner to see what they did. And I was suggesting Urel or Blaze, but he suggested Arthas. And we kind of give him his own pick sometimes if his last. So he went with Arthas, and it was a great pick.
Smart. And I will say, by the way, the Greymane, it's hard to miss your E when you're playing Greymane.
yeah, the point and click ones, I can do it. I eat into some stay a while and listens. So I missed it technically. I heard some good stories though.
Awesome. Now game 2, that was the is it Sestren?
Yes.
It was the Sestren show for sure. Is Sestren just the KT god or?
He's good at definitely good at KZ. So he plays him quite a bit. He likes the mage players. So I think any real traditional mage, he's pretty strong with. And so we know that KZ is going to be a late game comp, but we're able to get an early lead. And if you give that up, it's really hard to come back against him.
Now, were you feeling any pressure on like the Kel'Thuzad or the Greymane in the back end from the triple ranged Cassia Tychus Kael'thas? That offers a lot of damage. How did you guys plan on handling it?
A little bit. I think we did a good job of getting a lot of items, so turrets and healing pulses. And so when you have those as an extra auto attack or heal, that really helps out, augments what we're trying to do. I think Muradin or Namk did a good job of jumping in, mixing it up, and so he could jump in, call a target, and we were able to follow up on it pretty well.
Yeah, and you guys had a lot of synergy for sure.
They still got some value. I think Cassie wrecked me a couple times, so they got a little value there.
Cool. Philip, you got any questions?
Yeah, so I think in both games, like a big part of like your strategy in both times was like the lockdown you guys provided, like that of course by itself, and then Daggett in the back, Muradin provides a lot of like CC, and in the first game the Dunes of Hate a lot of times was pretty big, so where you like Do you normally draft like this much CC, and do you guys like to play around it, or was it also because they choose like supports or heroes that are quite vulnerable to it? Because in the second game we saw Stukov, which doesn't have a cleanse, which makes him quite vulnerable if you go for a lot of lockdown.
Yeah, I think CCs, especially at our level, go a long way. I think they had us slightly outnumbered the first game, but yeah, we definitely try to combo their CCs.
Is a Deckard build something your support just likes, or I was just wondering because I normally don't really see like talents like Field Study or Safety in Numbers, Potion of Revival. So basically 1, 13, 16. Usually they are pretty set in stone, but they were mixed up on like both games, which was a little bit odd to me as a support player myself.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with healers,
that's
and I kind of Born to Shine. She's a great healer on our team. Picked up a few seasons ago. And I leave her. I ask her questions all the time as the healing expert on the team. She just went out and got some lessons. She got involved with the L5s group.
Oh, that's a great group.
I noticed today she was zoning really well with the roots. So we'd go in, try and get a pick. If it wasn't there, we'd leave, and she'd have a root right behind us, so there's no follow up. So I really liked seeing that. That was great.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that. All right.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, that's it from me. Philip, if you don't have any more questions?
No, not really. I think you asked also most of them. So yeah, that's
sorry.
No, it's fine. Definitely fine.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, the dude. Enjoy your victory and see you next round.
Yeah, if you have any shout outs.
Yes, please. Shout outs.
Sure. Just the team, of course, played pretty well tonight. We've been kind of up and down for a while, but I like some of the things that we're doing right now. Big shout out to Heroes Lounge. It's awesome that they're here in North America. It's a great opportunity. Shout out to the rest of the Division 4. Looking forward to having a lot of fun games this season.
All right. Thank you so much, and thanks again for a great game.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for casting. Appreciate it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was The Dude Abides Abode. The Dude Abode, with Missed My E, who once again takes the match 2-0 versus wow, why did I forget their name all of a sudden?
Vanquish Gaming.
Yeah, Vanquish Gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Heroes Lounge is now in North America, so that will be your premier destination for amateur HOTS games for the winter season. It's going to be a cold one if you're in a cold location, which I guess is, I don't know, redundant. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy all the games that we have to offer. I will be casting plenty of games, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Follow me here at twitch.tv/ghostdunk. Hit that follow button. I'm on Twitter at IlluminatedWax. Philip, where can people find you on the internet?
I wouldn't say they can find me that easily on the internet, but I'm
okay, dark web, I get it.
This season for a lot of guests, especially now, as I'm still for a month. Officially I'm a European. I'm from the Netherlands, but I'm temporarily like a few months in America. So definitely for the next month, looking forward to cast some NA games before switching back to EU afterwards. So definitely on the Heroes Launch channel, or just any streamer that will cast some Heroes Launch games.
Awesome. Well, hope to see you around. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Once again, I've been Ghost Dunk, bringing you Vanquish Gaming versus Missed My E. I had to check it again. I don't know, that just disappeared out of my brain. But thank you guys so much. Missed My E taking, once again, 2-0 over Vanquish Gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think that is it. So thank you for joining me, Philip. It was great casting with you.
Yeah, well, it was a pleasure also on my end to be on the first NA match of the Heroes Launch. It was very fun.
All right. Thank you guys once again for watching. Have a good night.
See you.